Friends, Dr. Murphy with another episode of Universal Book Club. I do not feel a need to convince anyone of the existence of God because God will make God known to everyone in God's own time. That's what I believe. And what I like to show is the history lessons, the eternal truths, how God works through everyone, including these wonderful authors of new books, because they just reflect age-old stories we've been listening to since the ancients. So let's go there. When letters are a lifeline, looking through his father's wartime letters changed how Jonathan Rabin understood their relationship. A terrible stroke changed how he understood himself. How true is that? Title of the book, Father and Son. Foreign bodies, protecting the body politic. Inoculation by insufflation, blowing dried powdered pus up the nostrils, was state policy in China. Can you believe that? 18th century, Edward Jenner, English physician, vaccinating his son. Back here, what a wonderful use of words. Infections and the fate of nations. Again, folks, these brilliant authors aren't smart enough to come up with recreations of our English language or any language over and over. No, I think it's God-inspired. Peter Anderson, the author most recently of Fool in Search of Henry VIII's Closest Man. Richard Pryor said, I'd like to make you laugh for about 10 minutes, though I'm going to be on an hour. I mean, wow. And these books that we're reminded of, Laughter in Ancient Rome, The Name of the Rose, Singing Simpkin and Other Body Jigs, The Pantomime Life of Joseph Grimaldi, and The Rise of the Diva on the 16th century Commedia dell'arte stage. Sparks, China's underground historians and their battle for the future. Voltaire quoted, I shall relate quite simply how things happened and without adding anything of my own, which is no small feat for a historian. Liberalism against itself, Exiles from Utopia, the caption. How good is this? Most liberals do not regard the tension between individual liberty and collective good as insoluble. Words of wisdom there, right? Wandering Through Life, Donna Leon, quoted as saying, I never know what's going to happen in a novel. I don't have a plan or outline. This is wonderful. Many great novelists are just like this. They just write what is inspired in them. Donna Leon's stories of crime amid the canals of Venice draw on the writer's long love affair with the city. Then Sam Sachs does a great job of reviewing the fiction. Cheneville, Night Watch, Devil Makes Three. This on Amos Oz. 2 books. Amos Oz quoted, the best way to know the soul of another country is to read its literature. Hello, words of wisdom again, eternal truths. Oz tried to capture a state in which there are 8.5 million prime ministers, 8.5 million prophets, 8.5 million messiahs. Fascinating. I like to use the language that all of us human beings are: saints, prophets, mystics, soldiers, and survivors. Children's book, If Wishes Really Did Come True. They do for many people. What if one day the imaginary alphabet enlighten me? Great titles. Finally, Modern Unorthodox, the architecture of modern American synagogues, 1950s to 60s. Solomon, in the Old Testament, I have built you an exalted house, a place to dwell forever. Now, I'm a universalist, and I believe the place will be dwelling forever is called heaven. Well, that's in our English language, but we don't know what it'll be like, but it'll be a lot nicer than a lot of the hell we endure on this earth.